What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for Sports. All right, so we're all aware of the situation involving Kevin Porter Jr., at least currently a Houston Rockets guard, though that status of his may change soon, and his estranged girlfriend or slash current girlfriend, from her actions at least, Kysre'S, I think that's how you pronounce it. Something like that. I'll get it down eventually, how you pronounce her last name. Her father used to play in the NBA, by the way, and professional basketball. Her father passed away a couple years ago at the age of 57. Her sister was married to former Steelers quarterback Dwayne Haskins, the one that died in that accident. Highway accident a couple years ago, only 24 years old, I think. But anyway, one of the most shocking features of this situation with Kevin Porter Jr. had been the injury that was believed to have been inflicted upon her by him, the broken or fractured vertebrae in her neck. Well, it has come to light that he didn't have anything to do with that. That was already a pre-existing injury, or actually a pre-existing birth defect. Even prosecutors for the case conceded this is true. So according to forensic pathologist Michael Baden, who reviewed the information, said that this congenital defect was a condition she was born with that had little effect on her and was not a result of fresh trauma, and that she has a congenital defect that was mistaken for a cracked vertebrae, citing a source and information reviewed by the outlet. Based on this apparent detail, Porter's legal team is now asking the Manhattan District Attorney's Office to drop the second-degree assault charge. According to the New York Post, even if dropped, Porter could still face second-degree strangulation and third-degree assault charges, the New York Post reports. Gondrezics, let me sound this out. Gondrezics, okay, Gondrezics. Gondrezic's representation already disputed other elements of the criminal complaint revealed earlier this week by prosecutors. Porter appeared before a Manhattan judge on Tuesday, where he entered a not guilty plea. Next up is Porter's case, as a court date set for October the 16th, 2023, where his attendance is mandatory. Now, this doesn't excuse his behavior, because he still inflicted blows upon her. He punched her in the face 5 or 6 times. I'm not aware of the other injuries, though he did apparently still try to strangle her, just not with enough force that it fractured her vertebrae that was already a pre-existing condition. But still, he beat her ass, right? So yeah, he definitely still needs to be punished for that. No doubt about it. He still needs to go to jail. But I do want to say this. Something has to be said about women. And I know this from personal experience, talking to women, interacting with women I've dated before, women I've befriended that are in these situations. There are some women, man, who, look, some women, man, I don't know another word other than use, that they're messy, toxic. They tend to gravitate to these types of situations. Look, I'm trying not to victim blame here, man, because there's still no excuse for what he did. But there are some women, man, who are prone to these types of situations, prone to, being attracted to these types of men, violent men. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's low self-esteem. I don't know whether it's the fact that some women see this as love, whatever the case may be, when you look at certain other factors, for instance, her sister, the one that was married to Dwayne Haskins, she herself, I've learned, was previously arrested for domestic abuse herself. When it was previously thought that it was Dwayne Haskins that had been the abuser, when in reality it was the sister, the same one that threatened Kevin Porter Jr. So it makes me wonder whether this whole situation is just, like I said, I'm not making excuses for Kevin Porter Jr. because I think he's a menace to be needed out of the league. This isn't just a one-time thing. He has a history of violence. But sometimes, man, you know, when you already have a person who is toxic like Kevin Porter Jr., sorry, Michael Porter, for me keep saying your name in this situation, because you have nothing to do with this. But it's just I'm used to saying Michael Porter Jr. as well. But when you got a situation with Kevin Porter Jr., where he has a history of being this toxic, right, this violent, this trouble-prone, and then you add in an element of a person who, I don't know this woman, we don't know Kysre'S, but she could possibly be toxic. That's not a good situation. That's a recipe for disaster. And all I'm going to say is, when you have one person who's toxic and another person who's toxic and violent prone, it doesn't end well. I.e. OJ Nicole. Or, for that matter, i.e. Robert Blake and Bonnie Lee Blakely.